Hello and a warm welcome to you. In this video, let's have a look at basically work folders, which is the same as, shall we say, a private version of Microsoft's SkyDrive service. Okay, where basically clients can kind of like have set folders set up where it's synced between the server, their computer, or computers. Okay. Alright, so we need to go to Server Manager. Okay, you get that by clicking on that or going there, clicking on that, and you get Server Manager opening up. Add roles and features. Click Next. Click Next. Click Next. Okay, and it's File and Storage Services. Click that one. And then Work Folders. Okay, and it'll say it needs those things. Click Add, click Next. Always good practice to tick Restart if required. However, be careful if you're running in a live server environment and your server needs to be open and running, you might want to kind of like restart later at a convenient time. Okay, in this case, we're going to click on that. Click Yes, click Install. And then it should go forward. Probably take a couple of minutes. Okay, once we have basically added the role, okay, what we need to do is go there, go to work folders. Okay, let's maximize it. Okay. At present, no work folders are set up, so we can either click over there or over here and create a new sync share. What we now need to do is go next, make sure it's on an NTFS partition. Okay, now let's create a new location where we're going to have our sync share. Okay, for example, C / work folders. Okay. And basically it does not exist, so let's create it. That's fine. Okay. Now, user alias at domain. What happens basically when you have lots and lots of users? They're all saving their, shall we say, synced files, okay, and folders to that one folder that we just created. Now you'll have a list of, shall we say, names like John, Michael, etc. And then in Michael's folder, you will have his synced files. However, if you have lots of Johns and Michaels, etc., and from different domains, you might want to kind of like make sure that they're all not mixed up in the same folder. So let's kind of like create individual folders for each specific user per domain, etc. So it's separated. Okay, so that's fine. If you want to sync only the following subfolder, okay, you could do it. That's fine. Or you could do all. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead. Click Next, work folders, that's fine. Now, we need to basically add the users. Okay, so let's give, there we go. Now, disable inherited permissions and grant users exclusive access to their files. If you have this ticked, basically me, or anybody else as the administrator on this server will not be able to view what your users are actually saving and storing in those sync folders. Okay, so untick it, then the admin can also view it. Click Next. Okay, if you want to encrypt the work folder, that's fine. Automatically lock screen and require a password, that's also fine. Okay, go ahead. Okay, there we go. That's the whole details. Click Create. Should take only a little bit of time. Brilliant. And close. So now we have created our work folder set up in Server Manager. We now need to, shall we say, create our certificate systems for it. Because work folders operates over HTTPS, SSL security. So we need to, shall we say, create our own server certificate, configure it, bind it to root, and then give a copy of that certificate to our users. Okay, so what do? We need to go here, and this is the commandlet that you need to type into PowerShell in admin, new self-signed certificate. Okay, basically if you're creating your own certificate, shall we say within your company, you can use this. It's a free certificate. Otherwise, you need to purchase a certificate and import it. Okay, so we're going to create it this way, and that's quite nice. Okay, make sure your DNS name will be different to ours. Okay, it's the DNS name of your server. Okay, and then Get-StoreLocation, Cert, Localmachine My, that's all the same. That's the only thing that you should be changing, this side over there. Press enter, and it'll create it, and it'll give a hash ID, and it'll say fine. Okay. Now, what we need to do is type in this command. Get-ChildItem, get-ChildItem, -path, cert, the same thing, local my. And this is the thumbprint of the certificate that we generated. Okay. Now to bind it, we need to use the command prompt. So command prompt cmd, okay, run as admin. So right click on it and then run as administrator. Okay, that'll bring us here. We've got that already. What we need to do then is type in this command. Okay. The only thing we need to do is change the hash. Okay, so certhash, we have ours over here. You need to type in yours over there. And then make sure it's the app ID exactly the same as that. CertStoreLocation, click enter, and then that's fine. Okay. Once that's done, the final thing we need to do is basically export our certificate. Okay, so that we can then give the certificate to all our Windows 10, Windows 8 users, etc. so that they can then, shall we say, connect to our secure system. Okay, so type in that export-certificate -cert, $cert, Filepath, server cert. Okay, you can change that. Okay, .type. Sorry, let's start off with this one. We need to first put it into our variable over here. Okay, so it's stored. Okay, exactly like that. Make sure you have the hash, which is the same hash that you had thumbprint over there. Okay, so that's done. Once you have that, then you export the certificate using this command. Okay, it does seem a little bit long, but it's just that, and you're pretty much done. Okay, and then if you go to where we saved it, in this case it was saved over there, you'll see our little certificate. Okay, so basically now you can save this, send it an email, etc., give it on a USB, put it on your website, internet site, etc., and ask users to download it and install it on their computer. Let's now move to our Windows 10 client and have a look at how to set up work folders on now the client side. Okay, we're now in our Windows 10 client machine. Okay, as you can see, we have the same certificate file that we've copied over here. Okay, and all we need to do now is right click on it and then click install certificate. Okay, that's fine. Click next. Make sure you place it in the trusted root certificate authorities section. Click OK. Click next. We've already installed it, so this is just installing it again anyways. Okay, now let's get down to work folders. Okay. And there we go. Set up work folders. Okay. We're gonna use a URL. Okay. Now, as you can see, it needs that HTTPS. Okay. And then it's Windows 10.ninja. Okay. Click next. This is a domain joined machine, so everything goes straightforward without asking for a username and password. If it wasn't a domain joined machine, you would have to enter in the username and password. Okay. Also, don't forget we're operating on our intranet, so our Windows 10 Ninja machine is configured the DNS within our intranet. Otherwise, we'd have to set up our, shall we say, for the internet to be, our DNS on the internet needs to be recognized, so any forwarding, etc., and DNS server settings from hosting services, etc. Okay, that would have been a different thing. However, okay, we're all on the internet and everything's happily fine. So there we go, work folders location. You can change that if you want to, not really an issue. Okay, click next. Okay, I accept these policies, which is basically saying they could be encrypted. Okay, if everything gets erased, they can be gone. Wipe could happen. Set up work folders. Okay. We now have a lovely new entry. Okay, work folders. If we were to, shall we say, create a new folder, that's there. Okay, if you want to make sure syncing is happening, okay, you just click sync now, and it syncs now. It's literally instantaneous almost, you know. Okay, and if you go back to our server, you'll be able to see in our folder where we had created for the work folders, you'd see the username with the domain and a new folder in there. And that's it. You now can operate on multiple computers and basically access your files and keep syncing them back and forwards. Hopefully this has helped. Thank you for watching.